atinna e nyaadimo nyim fana mimu apoloti akasia mol kono wole mu jamal mol ka bendamin anin fana nyim ben hadama ya bendula kotengol to aka janjan jeto fana mbakele alal hakilotu ni atara nyaadimo ye muta kana song yelle muna kumun jiyo ke nyato wala jambol wala sukuro wala jalamuto mba sumna walante sukuro nin ko jiyo kake inyato walante karasinol anin safunolu ñi ñong jaral sifal a jawyata bake ñadimolale adun ni mari mantama benge fang ase ñafinko ñin sabuymal woto ni ñadimo ye muta kana son ngaminu foteng ye wolke iñato fereke wate alkal buloku ay senia les e ji senongola wo fanan kas tankandiro kele ñadimola e jankarolale adun fanan naye muta don katabake futa e l'hôpital dokulalla wala mansa kundala jaral lal min yalon ko wolle ka jararo ke na jata kende a dinkiral to wala na nosu kundal to taring pour ise jara anim fanan kibar koyo soto e jata kende a do kulal bulu dina ibe lamoy la mo kensengol lambe doto e ka nyaadimo la jaral ke nyaanyim foye
la ilaha illallah chaya suma boppa bi tajuna jahlena xawma naka lay def dugana genna egna wàccana dara mun ko sotti
man jàll naa di lu xew
waaw li xew xamuloo ko di dugana genna wàccana suma testani dalay jeex nañ munuma fexe be am li ma soxla waxtu wi waroon naa fekk xale yi yónnee xaalis bi bu yàgga waaye dara mënut a sotti dara waay lii man xawma lii mooy lan hello góor gi Thierno Ndiaye day man la maa ngi nii xaalis bu jógee bitim réew suma doom jël Africa Transfers
réewi Gambia dama ne xeewal wàcc si na ci biir réew mi di Africa Transfers biri change money transfer ak fu waay mun a ne ci àdduna si soo buggee am lu la noppal ci mbirum yónnee a jot sa xaalis demal Africa Transfers fii
December 10th marks Anti-Bushfire Day. This day is set aside by the government of the Gambia every year as Anti-Bushfire Day to provide opportunities for reflection on the impact of bushfires on our socio-economic development. The government of the Gambia, in pursuit of its policy on sound environmental management, attaches a great deal of interest to the preservation and sustainable utilization of our biodiversity. Therefore, environmental threats of which bushfires are the most significant are always a great cause of concern. The theme for celebrations this year is Bushfire Control, a means of sustainable development. This theme is particularly appropriate in the light of the fact that forest resources form the basis of the rural livelihood in terms of food, medicine, energy, clean air, income, and development. The theme is a stark reminder of the huge loss of life and property resulting from bushfires, burning villages, farm produce, forest resources on which our livelihoods depend. The Gambia, like the rest of the countries in the Sahel region, suffers greatly from bushfires that virtually burn the whole vegetation cover on an annual basis, resulting in grave environmental degradation and loss of biodiversity. The situation is being aggravated by unfavorable weather conditions like droughts, dry and strong harmattan winds, and the persistent negative public attitude toward bushfires. The situation in recent years is more challenging, as the grass cover in the woodlands would provide favorable grounds for serious fire. Fellow Gambians, there is an increased tendency for the rural communities to wrongly resort to burning the bush in their efforts to control pests and farm clearing. We hereby make a special appeal to all and sundry to refrain from burning the bush in the name of the above-mentioned practices. It serves no good purpose. Bushfires will only disperse the insects, making their control difficult and thus risking other food crops, gardens, orchards, and even lives. Fellow Gambians, the government of the Gambia, under the dynamic and visionary leadership of our President, His Excellency, Sir Professor Alhaji Dr. Yahya A.J. Jammeh, through the Ministry of Forestry and the Environment, with its Technical Department of Forestry, has over the years put in place policies and strategies for better control and management of bushfires. These policies and strategies include improved dialogue and communication with the general public. The Gambia Forest Communication Concept has been designed along these lines to bring the forestry services closer to the people through sharing of relevant and timely information. The Regional Fire Management Initiative strives to develop a holistic approach to fire prevention and control by making the local communities the center of focus. The introduction of participatory forest management is also an essential part of our sectoral approach, aiming at involving the rural communities in forest protection and management. The participatory forest management approach ultimately aims at transferring ownership of forest resources to the local populations. It is hoped that this gesture on the part of the state would encourage and enhance public participation in the crusade against forest fires. For the first time in many years, we are beginning to realize a reduction in the frequency and intensity of bushfires in some parts of the country. Spectacular achievements have been made in the West Coast region, where bushfire occurrence in the last few years has significantly declined. This achievement is in no small measure attributable to the combined efforts of the Department of Forestry, the Governor's Office, the Brikama Area Council, the Fire and Rescue Services, the Canil Life Farms, St. Joseph Family Farm, and other local authorities. These institutions, called the West Coast Anti-Bushfire Campaign Committee, jointly conduct annual bushfire campaigns during the dry season all over West Coast region, serving as a model to other administrative regions countrywide. While we commemorate this day, fellow Gambians, I implore everyone to reflect on the loss we are incurring as a nation due to bushfires. The environmental degradation and loss of biodiversity resulting from the annual bushfires is indeed worrying. Incalculable volume of timber and firewood perish through bushfires, creating further difficulties in our efforts to meet national requirements for fuel wood, energy, and construction timber. Soil degradation assumes serious proportion in many parts of the country, resulting in significant reduction in farm productivity and pastures. Our fauna is also seriously affected by large-scale forest fires which destroy their habitats. Consequently, our wildlife biodiversity continues to decline steadily. We cannot also be oblivious of the global dimensions of the impact of bushfires, as millions of tons of carbon are released into the atmosphere. Carbon dioxide, as we all know, is an important element in the global warming phenomenon. As a nation, we have a responsibility and obligation to contribute to the stability of the global climate systems. Bushfires often originate from simple causes which are rarely preventable if we exercise a bit more care in the way we handle them in our homes, our cars, and other workplaces. Fires do not happen by magic. It always takes human beings seconds to start a fire, but hours, if not days, to control it. We owe it to the generations yet unborn to conserve as much of our biodiversity as possible for the socio-economic development of this country. It should therefore be noted that bushfire control can be a means of sustainable development. Let us manage and control it. I thank you all for your kind attention.
I love callers. I call you.
It's because of the free credit I have.
$3 for every minute of international call I receive, and $1 for every minute of local call I receive.
I can use it for text, I can use it to call, and even free internet.
So, call me on my Comeo.
Ntelom Tijan Janeti.
Ntelom Binta Hydrati.
Ni ajin lafita call suma Comian service la katung aka free credit dina.
Ninga bantara kumandiro danku dalasi saba ika wala dinna. Ninga jam kumandiro danku dalasi kele.
Min is a text ke call ngata internet.
Woto alin kumandina Comeo.
Comeo. We are better together.